Sarah Spain believes in me good, you bad. We bad, you good.
Because what she's saying is if you cover Caitlin Clark, you're not covering the WNBA. You don't, quote-unquote, support the WNBA, which is exactly the problem with the WNBA.
How dare you, Sarah Spain, act like OutKick does not care about the WNBA. 8 words you can't say. OutKick being one of them. It's a swear word to Sarah Spain. OutKick is.
You cannot go on OutKick and promote a book. That's what.
Oh, no.
That's what we're hearing. It just not allowed.
Cardinal sin.
That according to Sarah Spain, who went to BlueSky in order to complain about Christine Brennan joining our show last week.
I always want to say BlueSky.
BlueSky?
When I see it, every time I want to say BlueSky.
To promote her book on her game, a book about Caitlin Clark. And it's certainly been the topic of discussion with the behind the scenes, behind the curtain stories that are excerpts of the book that just dropped. Here's the post that Sarah Spain had going on OutKick to.
She turns OutKick into a curse word.
I guess she refuses.
Which is the funniest part of this post.
Refuses to say the word.
So the OutKick, she blotted it out like it's a swear word, like it's one of George Carlin's 7 words you can't say. And OutKick has now joined that. There's now 8 words you can't say. OutKick being one of them.
This is where Clay can say he's, OutKick's truly made it. It's now a cuss word. Now a cuss word.
I think when Clay set out, to start OutKick and thought to himself, where could we be, 10, 15 years from now?
Yeah.
We're going to turn OutKick into a cuss word.
Yeah.
And today, Clay, let us be the first to congratulate you. You made it.
Yeah.
You finally made it. Clay will join us.
He'll receive his flowers
in about 18 minutes, and we'll congratulate him. OutKick's become a curse word.
Yeah, Sarah Spain refuses to even write the word OutKick. It went from First Amendment and boobs to now this.
Yep.
To, quote-unquote, support a league and players that OutKick never covers but often degrades is a choice.
Sarah Spain has not looked at the OutKick YouTube page recently because to say that OutKick never covers the WNBA is a crime against humanity from Sarah Spain. It's all we cover right now. The last 2 weeks, it's all OutKick covers is the WNBA. How dare you, Sarah Spain, act like OutKick does not care about the WNBA and doesn't cover the league. It's all we cover this summer. I couldn't believe that she said that.
But this is what she's saying here. It's the fact that Christine Brennan, who has a book on Caitlin Clark, promoted said book on an outlet that Sarah Spain refuses to even write the name of. It's OutKick. Living rent-free in her head, saying that we do not cover the WNBA. I guess what she's saying is if you cover Caitlin Clark, you're not covering the WNBA. You don't, quote-unquote, support the WNBA, which is exactly the problem with the WNBA. That in a nutshell. Everyone versus Caitlin Clark. How did they not get it? That at the crux, if you want to support the players and women and the league, embrace the fact that Caitlin Clark's in your league. They can't do that. Even the media, the left-wing media can't do that. Sarah Spain refuses to acknowledge that our coverage of the WNBA is coverage of the league.
It's helping the league.
But our coverage will also call out the BS, saying that this is a league that just doesn't get it. Instead of asking questions like this, that was a softball toss after a loss to Angel Reese.
This is for both of you guys. This game did result in a loss, but you guys fought all four quarters. Is there something positive that you kind of take away from this game going into the next game with the Mystics?
That there receives a standing ovation from Sarah Spain. That question.
Yeah, that woman that asked that question, I guarantee reposted Sarah Spain's post about Christine Brennan going on OutKick. If we went and looked at BlueSky and looked at all those who reposted, or BlueSky, whatever, however you want to call it, I bet we could find that woman that asked that question that reposted what Sarah Spain had to say about Christine Brennan going on BlueSky. Look, everybody, it's not rocket science here. It's dollars and cents, okay? Christine Brennan disagrees with everything OutKick stands for. Everything. Go look at Christine Brennan's history. Go read her columns at USA Today. She is as liberal as they come, and she will tell you that. She told us that when she joined us. Go watch the interview. 97,000 of you have, and it's going to go over 100,000 very soon. Go watch it.
Well, had she listened to it, Chad, she would have seen this.
I tried 3 or 4 times to talk to her for the book, and she never wanted to talk to me. But then she says, so I made the effort, of course, and I would always make that effort, as everyone knows. And, as far as, any kind of journalists, I'm sure people are saying, why am I talking to you guys, right? Because I think maybe over the years you might have had, I might have taken a couple of hits from you guys as well. I will talk to anyone, anytime. I am happy to talk about any subject. I'm a big believer in openness and keeping the lines of communication open. And absolutely, I think we should be, the WNBA needs to understand that scrutiny is going to come from all different places, including people you might not love. I'm in that category now. You guys are maybe in that category as well. I'm all for openness, the First Amendment, honesty, truth, and asking questions. I'll take any question anytime. And that's why I'm on with you guys.
A First Amendment absolutist is Christine Brennan, and she's happy to have the conversations that need to be had, and she'll go on a media company site like OutKick to have those conversations, even though she stands against everything that OutKick stands for. Let's face it, she doesn't really know everything that OutKick stands for. She thinks she stands against everything OutKick stands for, just like Sarah Spain stands against everything OutKick stands for. The difference, though, between Christine Brennan, who is a very accomplished member of the media for years and years, and who has now written a book, the difference between Christine Brennan and someone like Sarah Spain is Christine Brennan has the courage to go on with media companies that she doesn't agree with or she doesn't like. I'm here to extend the olive branch and the offer to Sarah Spain to come on OutKick Hot Mic with Hutton and Withrow whenever you want. I'd love to have a conversation with you. I'd love to ask you about why you think it's such a problem that Christine Brennan decided to come on and have a very civil conversation and interview with us on this show about her book about Caitlin Clark. I'd love to have those discussions with Sarah Spain. But Sarah Spain doesn't believe in that. Sarah Spain believes in me good, you bad. We bad, you good. That's it. And if you don't fall in the category that's on her side, she don't want to have a conversation with you. She wants to degrade you. She wants to make fun of you on BlueSky and not ever have the conversation. I'm thankful to Christine Brennan for being willing to have that conversation and having it. Here's the other thing about the bottom line with Christine Brennan. It's the bottom line. She's selling a book. It's smart to go on other outlets that expose you to a different audience, like our show, like OutKick, because OutKick has a huge Caitlin Clark following. And if you're promoting a book about Caitlin Clark, you're smart to go on and promote it to try to sell as many books as possible on an outlet like OutKick. That's smart. It's smart business. It goes back to what I said earlier this week with James Gunn and Superman, what's coming out this weekend. When he says it's about politics, that's all that half of America is going to read. That it's about immigration and it's about politics. Done. Clay Travis, we'll ask him about it later. He said he's not going to see the movie now because of that. Well, you just turned off half of America. Christine Brennan, credit to her, stands firmly against over half of America and what they believe in politically. But Christine Brennan, let me let you know a little secret, wants to sell books to that majority of America. She wants to sell her Caitlin Clark book to them. So what does she do? She goes on her show and she promotes her book. And she has a long-form interview with us that's seen by close to 100,000 people. Smart business. And that's just on YouTube. Smart business. So if it's we good, you bad, how about we smart, you dumb? Sarah Spain isn't quite getting it, and she needs to let that sink in.
Well, it's selling books, but also she's a journalist who's willing to ask a question to a player prior to anything.
She's not scared.
Well, it was about the eye poke, whether or not it was intentional, which was the talk around social media, which is, by the way, where Sarah Spain went to voice her opinion and complaint to Brennan. Christine Brennan asked a question to Dejanay Carrington, which then led to the WNBA more or less doing exactly what Sarah Spain has done here. Excommunicating Christine Brennan from the league. The WNBA players, I should say. The Players Association. Where if you're not treating the players like like the lady who asked this question after a loss to Angel Reese, like, oh, you lost, but are there some? What positives can we discuss in this interview? If you don't do that, then you're either homophobic, racist, or you're just anti-W in what it stands for. I'm not sure what it stands for, other than just being a charity, because it's not a professional league. Not when they act like this. And the media's to blame here too. They're also coddling this league. They don't want to be treated like every other professional league. And that's how Christine Brennan treats the WNBA. And because of that, she's just not cool anymore. She's not in the club. And she's cool with that because of what she said. She's willing to go on and have a conversation. Sarah Spain won't. She won't write the name.
It's a swear word to Sarah Spain. OutKick is.
I think for a day we should just have the name OutKick changed to that so that she can't even write that whenever she wants to speak or write the name.
I stand corrected. She did write a book. Sarah Spain did. She co-authored a book. I had to look up what Sarah Spain's up to now. She hosts a daily podcast for iHeart. It's a women's sports podcast titled Good Game with Sarah Spain. And she co-authored the book Runs in the Family. And she works as an ESPN W talent. I mean, it's a promotional wing. Like that's kind of the gist that I get of a lot of commentary, especially from ESPN people about the W, is remember Chini Agumike talking about it, and I'm here to promote, and the words that are used, right? I'm here to promote this league. I'm only here to uplift and support, and if I said something that didn't do that, then I'm sorry. It very much sounds like a paid promotional arm of a league that their job is to get more Americans to be in love with the WNBA in everything that it is, even if a lot of Americans aren't into the WNBA and everything it is as a sporting league. That's what Sarah Spain's job seems to be to me, in part, right? And that's what she's saying when she makes OutKick a 4-letter word is, well, how dare Christine Brennan go on somewhere that doesn't promote what I'm promoting with the WNBA, even though OutKick's talking about WNBA every day.
Oh, and by the way, ESPN is talking about the WNBA each day because of Caitlin Clark.
Yes.
That's it. Well, last year, Stephen A. Smith and Monica McNutt are going at it over when First Take was actually discussing and promoting the WNBA. It was when Caitlin Clark was going into the league. But that doesn't count as coverage, Chad, because that's against policy, Sarah Spain's policy, that you can't go on and go on OutKick because it's degrading the league. We're just calling it out for what it is. It wants to be treated as a charity.
Well, I mean,
it wants to be treated as a promotional arm.
As someone who, again, is part of the promotional wing of the W, and what you want it to be, then go on our show and tell us what the W is and what it's always stood for and what it should be and why people should watch and why that reason is not Caitlin Clark. If that's your take, right? If it's way more than Caitlin Clark and people should watch for reasons other than Caitlin Clark, again, here's the invite. Join us on our show. We'll have a civil discussion. Doesn't have to be ugly or mean or any of those things, just like it wasn't with Christine Brennan, who, again, fundamentally disagrees with pretty much everything OutKick is about. We had a fine conversation. I think we'd have a fine conversation with you, Sarah. So let's do it.
Sure.
I'm good with it, and then she can tell us where we're wrong.
Yeah, I mean.
And we can disagree.
But that's disrespectful if we disagree. So that's what happened in the story with the WNBA players. It was, you're disrespecting my teammate by asking a question that's not a layup, not a softball.
Disrespecting a teammate. Also, Dejanay Carrington screamed at reporters for talking about her partner being benched on the other team.
Yes.
And that they were talking trash about her partner, and then left a voicemail for the partner in the other locker room, who went and played the voicemail for the reporters, asking what they said. I mean, it's amateur hour.
The question.
It's all, to me, it just sounds like amateur hour. These are not these are not pros.
No, this and the league, a league official admitted that.
Yes.
to Christine Brennan.
They are ill-equipped for media coverage. They don't even know what it is.
Yeah. One of the responses by Dewana Bonner to Christine Brennan after she asked a question about the eye poke and whether or not it was intentional. You disrespected my teammate. Quote, I put my hand out and tried to introduce myself, but Bonner did not want to shake it. You attacked my teammate. I motioned to my phone in my hand. Can I tell you what I said? And she was going to show the video. And then the response was, you disrespected my teammate and walked away. I mean, you have to have an argument. You can't have a conversation with them. But the league. It takes forever to get credentialed if you want to do that.
It kind of goes back to, this is my truth. This is your truth. My truth is you disrespected my teammate, so you can't even explain yourself, and we can't have a conversation. And that's going to be it. Don't tell me how to feel about something. This is my truth.
I mean, can we come up with what we believe? Since we know she's not going to come on OutKick. I wonder if we could go on her show.
I'd love that.
Because that's the only way we could. I mean, can we invite ourselves?
We know plenty of people.
Are we allowed to point out that Angel Reese has a lot of offensive rebounds off of missed layups? Are we allowed to say that? Can we say me bounce?
Angel Reese.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, Angel Reese, who
is that disrespectful?
Is playing a lot better, Hutton. We pointed to the stats recently. Has a low light last night of a play that is one of the worst I've ever seen. She tries to ISO. She calls for the ISO out top, and she tries to hesitation crossover and just crosses over without the ball, and the defender just easily takes it and goes coast to coast for the layup the other way.
Don't be disrespectful, Jeff.
It is so funny. Because I saw it was someone being sarcastic, and they said, Angel Reese with the all-time highlight of the Hezi crossover after calling for the ISO, and I clicked on the video, and it's her from last night just leaving the ball behind on the hesitation crossover. Really, really funny.
Clay Travis joins us next here on Hot Mic.